Today, we're stepping back into one of the most magical decades for childhood, the 1960s, a time of space races, backyard games, Saturday morning cartoons, and, yes, those unforgettable toys that every kid wanted. Let's take a trip down memory lane and revisit the toys that defined our childhoods in the 60s. Number 1. The era of imagination setting the scene. Now, before we dive into the toys themselves, let's set the stage. The 1960s were unlike any other time. Television was booming, America was glued to the moon landing, the Beatles were on the radio, and every kid was living in a world of imagination. Back then, kids didn't have screens in their pockets. Our apps were baseball cards and bubble gum. Our notifications were the jingle of the ice cream truck. And our downloads, well, those came in the form of toys wrapped in shiny boxes, waiting for us on birthdays and Christmas mornings. And boy, did we dream big. Whether you were in a small town in Kansas or the middle of New York City, you probably remember walking past toy aisles that seemed like wonderlands, filled with toys that promised adventure, mischief, and sometimes even a little danger. Number 1. G.I. Joe. The original action figure, 1964.
G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe.
Let's kick it off with a big one. Do you remember the very first time you saw a G.I. Joe? Not just a doll. Oh no. Hasbro called it an action figure, and it was genius. Every kid wanted one. They had uniforms, accessories, weapons, and you could swap out gear depending on whether your Joe was in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. For a lot of boys, this was the toy of the decade, and if you had the full set with the footlocker, the vehicles, or the tents, you were the king of the neighborhood. But it wasn't just the toy itself, it was what it represented: adventure, heroism, and a chance to imagine yourself in daring battles long before video games tried to replicate that feeling. Number 2. Barbie, the doll with style.
The Barbie game is even more fun when you play along with your Barbie and Midge dolls.
Of course, we can't talk about the 60s without mentioning Barbie. She had already debuted in 1959, but the 60s were when Barbie truly became a household name. She wasn't just a doll, she was a lifestyle. Girls across America spent hours changing her outfits, styling her hair, and creating entire worlds around her. And let's not forget her dream house, her convertible, and, of course, Ken. Barbie was the toy that let kids step into a glamorous grown-up world. Some of you watching might still remember unwrapping your very first Barbie, maybe that iconic black and white striped swimsuit version, or one of her colorful 60s outfits. She wasn't just a toy, she was a piece of culture. Number 3. Etch A Sketch, the Magic Screen, 1960. Who remembers the red frame, the white knobs, and that satisfying little shake to start over? The Etch A Sketch was unlike anything else at the time. It turned every kid into an artist, or at least we thought so. Those squiggly lines, the impossible task of making a perfect circle, and the frustration when your little brother shook it before you were done. But here's the magic. It was endless. No paper, no crayons, no waste. Just you, your imagination, and a screen full of possibilities. If you're smiling right now, you probably remember hours spent trying to write your name or draw your house, only to end up with something that looked more like a maze. And yet, it never got old. Number 4. Hot Wheels, the cars every kid wanted, 1968. Now this one hit the shelves toward the end of the decade, and when it did, boy, did it take off. Hot Wheels weren't just little cars. They were fast. With their bright colors, chrome details, and those iconic orange tracks, Hot Wheels made every kid feel like a race car driver. Do you remember setting up the tracks from the couch to the floor, or creating impossible loops that barely worked but made you cheer when they did? By the late 60s, Hot Wheels were the ultimate playground currency. Trade one of those shiny new cars, and you could make a friend for life, or at least for recess. Number 5. Rock-em Sock-em Robots, 1964.
But you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots.
2 plastic robots, a boxing ring, and the goal? Knock your opponent's block off. Rock'em Sock'em robots were a hit because they were simple, competitive, and loud. The clack of those robots punching away is a sound that instantly takes you back, isn't it? It wasn't just a game. It was bragging rights. Brothers, sisters, cousins, we all battled for glory, and the winner walked away proud, while the loser swore, "One more round." Number 6. Chatty Cathy, 1960.
Let's talk and talk and talk.
This is Mattel's family of Chatty dolls.
Now, here's a doll that literally talked back. Chatty Cathy was revolutionary. Pull the string on her back, and she'd say things like, "I love you," or "Please brush my hair." For many little girls, Chatty Cathy was more than a toy. She was a friend, she could talk, and that made her feel alive. Looking back now, it was pretty simple technology, but at the time, it felt like magic. Number 7. Lite-Brite, 1967.
Lite-Brite, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light.
Black paper, tiny colored pegs, and a glowing light box. The Lite-Brite was both a toy and a piece of art. It gave kids the chance to create glowing masterpieces, from simple shapes to elaborate pictures. And when you turned off the lights, boom, your artwork came to life. Even today, people remember that sense of wonder when they first turned on their Lite-Brite creation in a dark room. Number 8. Tonka Trucks Sturdy.
There's only one Tonka. Let's go play.
Indestructible, ready for anything. That was the beauty of Tonka Trucks. Made of steel, not plastic, these trucks could survive years of backyard dirt, sandbox construction projects, and, yes, probably a few driveway crashes. Every kid who had one remembers loading it with rocks, dirt, or even the family dog's toys and hauling them from one side of the yard to the other. Tonka wasn't just a toy. It was a badge of toughness. Number 9. Slinky. Okay, technically, the Slinky came out in the 1940s, but in the 60s, it was still a must-have. Watching that coil of metal walk down the stairs was mesmerizing. Simple, affordable, and endlessly fun. And if you didn't have stairs, well, you got creative. Coffee tables, couches, even cardboard ramps. Number 10. The Easy Bake Oven, 1963.
Only Kenner's Easy Bake Oven Set makes such delicious cakes, cookies, candy, brownies, pizza.
Last, but certainly not least, the Easy Bake Oven. The miracle of making your own little cakes with just a light bulb. Kids felt like real chefs, mixing batter, sliding it into the oven, and waiting impatiently for the magic to happen. And let's be honest, the results weren't always 5-star desserts, but they tasted incredible because you made them. You see, the toys of the 1960s weren't just objects, they were experiences. They brought families together, they sparked imagination, they created memories that, here we are, decades later, we still carry with us. So tell me, which 1960s toy was your favorite? Was it a Barbie, a Tonka truck, or maybe that Etch A Sketch you just couldn't put down? Share your memories in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more nostalgic journeys. After all, the best way to keep those memories alive is to share them. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep remembering the magic.